So my name is Sabine Biesheuvel. I'm one of the co-founders of BlueCity. We're a group of 6 entrepreneurs, including one impact investor. And an impact investor is someone who weighs the societal impact along with the financial returns on investment. The reason why we founded BlueCity is to accelerate circular entrepreneurship. So we focus on entrepreneurs, so people that actually make a physical product or materials to bring to the market. We decided to buy a derelict old abandoned swimming pool in the city center. So we made like a generic business model how to function BlueCity, and we just started. So this was 5 years ago, and by now the business model involved in 5 ways in which we earn money. One of them is we're a co-working space for circular companies. So we have now about 35 companies, which are mostly startups, and a couple of bigger, older design studios, which are no longer startups. For instance, what we have is a beer brewer, we have an algae farm, we have a company that makes burgers from crickets and insects. So aside from the fact that a lot of these companies, their primary product is for food, the waste flows that they have are super interesting to use for others. So what you have, for instance, is there's a designer that can make bioplastics from the residual flows from the insect farm. The beer brewer has a pipeline, as we speak, making a pipeline between them to where the algae grow on the CO2 emissions from the beer brewer. And also the beer brewer is going to provide a lot of the heat for the rest of the building. So that's the co-working space. That's one. Then we have events. We have 3 large event spaces. What we do is we use it as a means to present to as much companies the philosophy behind BlueCity and the circle philosophy, so the circle economy philosophy. We reach out on an annual base about 18,000 people a year, which is mostly business to business. The third business model is programming. So we do a lot of own events together with partners. And this is where we get really focused on the content. So it's a way to put things on the agenda about circular economy on a macro level, but also a lot for the people that live in Rotterdam. The fourth business model is the projects that we do with companies, where we organize, for instance, December, we're going to start a design sprint tracks. These are called Circo tracks, where we organize them with most of the time the entire value chain or an entire sector, where we gather as much stakeholders in that industry. And then we discuss like specific business model opportunities. And last but not least, and this is super cool because it's opening on Friday, is our lab. So we also run a lab, and this is specifically focused on the combination, not necessarily on entrepreneurs, but more on designers and scientists also. This is a different blood type from entrepreneurs, but this is very necessary, is that we need more bio-based alternatives. So like fundamentally different designed products with materials that are actually compostable. And when it says compostable, it's really compostable.